Okay, everyone is here, so we're gonna get started. Thanks so much for coming to boot camp. I've taught often with James in the earlier part of the pandemic, and then he got really busy with overtime and stuff because he's a firefighter and EMT, so we're lucky he can join us tonight. It's gonna be so much easier when he's here. No, just kidding, it's not. Boot camp is what you make of it. So we're gonna give options for every exercise. If you wanna keep things low impact, you can do that. If you wanna jump every time, you can jump. So we're doing squats, lunges, everything body weights. The only equipment that we're using is a yoga mat. All right, stop and take water breaks anytime. We are gonna be doing rounds of 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds off, times 4, and then a minute break. So if you wanna save all your water breaks for the minute, you can. But, you know, don't feel like you have to. You can take water breaks anytime. So let's go ahead and get started with our warm-up.
Let's do it.
You can play any music you want. So if you want some really loud, crazy rock, go for it, or some hip hop, anything. We're not gonna play any music here so that our timer can be heard. So.
Arm circles forward. Let's get the shoulders loose.
All right, let's go. Careful there. Don't whack your furniture.
Good, change directions.
Yep. Reverse lunge and push-ups and down dog. So we got Nerf guns. If he isn't doing the workout right, you know what happens. You shouldn't shoot Nerf guns at people, by the way. It hurts because he did it to me.
Never. I would never.
Oh, I forgot to mute people. I think everyone's muted, but let's double check here.
All right, so you're gonna start, arms raised. You're gonna kind of swing them down, right? As you swing them down, you're gonna go into a squat. So it's a big swing and down. Good? That's it.
Now we're the same height. Keep the knees and toes aligned with each other, so slightly turned out when you squat. Try to keep that chest up.
All right, shoulders nice and loose. 2 more. 1 more. Last one. Good. Rotate out, rotate in, switch side. Out, and switch. Out, and out, and out.
What happened?
You talk to me. I can't multitask, I'm a guy.
Caught on camera, yeah. Where were?
What you got?
Lunges? Doesn't matter which leg.
Lunges. Fine.
It is.
You just said it.
No,
Reverse
I said
lunges.
we need to do lunges. So bending the back knee down, nice long stride. Both knees forming about 90 degrees at the bottom. Try to keep that chest up, abdominals braced. About 4 more. Should feel kind of a nice hip flexor stretch in that back leg. And let's switch. Again, nice long stride. Usually the feet are a little farther apart than you think. With each leg being hip distance apart from each other. And about 4 more. Feel free to go at your own pace. Whoa. Lost my balance because I looked over. Last one.
Not who can multitask.
All right, so we're gonna get started with the workout with the timer. When you hear the knocking, you have 10 seconds left in the 40-second round. So try to push yourself. You wanna get your heart rate up and try to do as many reps as you can in the 40 seconds. but never sacrifice form and technique for speed, okay? All right, here we go, starting. James is gonna start us off.
All right, so we're just gonna step back into lunges.
Yeah.
Then reverse lunges, ready? So stepping back, alternating.
I wouldn't have done this as a warm-up if I knew this is the first exercise. Oh, sorry, that's what you meant.
25 seconds. Go at the pace you're comfortable with. This is my comfortable pace.
This is different. We're stepping back. It's a more dynamic movement versus just the down-up we were doing in the warm-up.
3 seconds. One more. All right, push-up positions, guys. So, options, push-ups on the knees, push-ups on the toes. But what we're looking for is a push-up, come up, butt back, back down, nice firm plank, push up again.
All right, let's go. 40 seconds of work. So the push-up to a down dog. Yeah, most people are below the camera. So if you're doing push-ups on your knees, go to your knees, do the push-up, come off your knees.
So go from your knee to your toes, and then now we're done.
And we're basically working on those shoulders when we go into the down dog. You'll feel a calf stretch as those heels reach for the ground, but it is shoulder work. Feel free to bend your knees if you have any tightness in the hamstrings. We're basically going from a lower body exercise to an upper body exercise.
All right, guys, back up for those lunges.
I would have done push-ups in most places.
Yeah. 10 seconds to start.
All right, I'm going to show an option of doing plyometric lunges if you want to do that option.
Ready?
And James will do reverse.
Good.
So this is a jumping option if you want to do it. Or you step back. Showing all my sides. Front side, left side, right side. Don't be afraid to use those arms. So you get a minute break after this. So let's go. Get that heart rate up, burn the muscle out. It's all about reaching muscular fatigue in each round, whether it's the lower body or the upper body. All right, get a minute.
Last round of push-ups.
What?
And then we get a minute.
Did we start with lunges? Oh yeah! Don't listen to me, I'm so sorry. Isn't that the worst? When the instructor says it's over and it's not.
5 seconds to start. Take your positions, guys. Ready? Perfect plank. Push up. And then that plank, right?
All right, definitely I'm not lying this time. There's a minute break after this.
All right, good solid form on the push-ups. Don't worry so much about how many you do. Good form and technique is a lot more important.
Looking good. Nice job, guys. Keep breathing. Sometimes it's tempting to hold the breath, but it never helps. All right, take a minute, grab some water.
Or towel.
All right, so we're once again doing lower body and then upper body. The lower body is, I just read it. Oh, so we're doing squats. So the low impact option is squat to knee balance, squat to knee balance. The jumping version is squat. So you come to the center, freeze, squat, freeze. Or again, the low impact, squat, and then just shift alternating sides so you're shifting legs. And then scorpion push-up, you can do it on your toes or knees. So knee option, we're basically lifting a leg and curling our leg up like a scorpion tail. All right, so that's the knee version. And then the toe version, instead of the leg lift, we're just pulling our leg as high as we can and doing kind of a hamstring curl.
All right, 20 seconds to start, guys.
All right, so starting 20 seconds. Now, push-ups are just giving you variations. You can do any push-up you'd like. If you don't want to do push-ups at all, then don't do push-ups. You can do abs, punches.
5 seconds to start, folks.
You can do extra leg work. All right, squat.
Hopscotch. Hopscotch.
Nice, nice. Kind of, as you're standing up, you're exploding and popping that leg to the center.
Slow that movement down so they get a better understanding of it. All right. So her feet goes over
Wide.
shoulder wide and then down to hip
Center.
distance. All right.
Well, it's not like hip distance, it's only one leg down.
All right.
All right, scorpion push-up. Oh, I forgot to mention, when you do scorpion push-up, keep alternating the legs. So push up, switch legs.
Ready?
All right, let's go. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up.
All right. Whichever version of the push-up you choose to do, focus on good form and technique. Don't dip your head past your shoulders. Try to keep everything nice and level as if you were standing upright. Good work, guys.
Also, don't worry about lifting your leg too high if it forces your hips to sag. You want to maintain that plank position, straight line from shoulders.
Good work.
hips,
10
and
more
knees.
seconds, guys.
So what I mean is, don't do that. Ugh. That hurt.
There we go.
Oh, I just could have done another one, and I didn't. So squats, shift to center. These pants make it difficult to see what I'm doing.
Ready?
Ready? Let's move.
Much better, guys. Nice.
So anytime you make it plyometric, you do drive the heart rate up a little bit more. But having said that,
Nicely done.
Jump
Good work,
move.
Jessica.
jump moves don't always mean necessarily that your heart rate goes higher. There can definitely be low impact movements that get the heart rate up.
10 seconds to go, guys. Finish strong.
All right, finishing with the upper body. Oh, Anonymous Lee was saying break's coming until the break is here.
You get your minute break after this.
You sure?
All right,
nice
3
one.
seconds to start. Take your positions, guys. Keep your wrists directly underneath your shoulders, guys, okay?
Now that's tricep push-ups. You want what? Doing what push-ups? You want to aim for your chest to lower between your hands.
Good work,
So my
guys.
chest is going right between my hands.
Good push-ups already. Good work, baby. Push it.
Oh gosh.
10 more seconds. Finish strong. Power through it.
So be careful that you're not doing down dogs in this one. Down dog is when the shoulders go behind the hands. You want to keep
Hey,
it
there we go.
right over.
All right,
Oh,
that's your 1 minute. All right, so we have two very basic ones coming up. So, hand behind the head. Don't apply pressure to your head, right? So hands are pretty much just resting. We're going to go to a nice deep squat. As you come up, right?
Ignore the
You're gonna
turn.
dip to the side. As this foot comes down, you're going to go right into your squat. So you don't want to land with your legs stiff and then go into a squat. So it's one motion, right down, oblique twist, right down, right down, right? So the motion happens here. Try not to bring it down to here, right?
So working
right to the
side
side,
bend.
right? Nice little side bend, work your obliques. And then we'll go into a mountain climber. From there, it's good plank, right? I'm just gonna drive the knees, right? For that 40 seconds and we're done.
So for the mountain climber, you don't want your butt in the air. You want to find that plank and keep those wrists underneath the shoulders. All right, 15 seconds.
If you want to work through the break, feel free to work through the break. All right, ready? Squat.
Awkward, dude. You.
You
Never
can't
mind.
help yourself. Right to the side. Side bend.
Focus on lifting
Side
the
bend.
legs and bringing it towards your elbows instead of your elbows down towards the knee. Hey, Violet. Stop. 4
Sorry.
seconds. Okay. Now we got the mountain climber.
Can you do this? You want to go sit next to me and do it? Come on.
So try to get your
Hurry up,
wrists
hurry up
underneath
quickly.
your shoulders.
No, leave the balloon. Leave the balloon. All right, hurry up quickly. Right next to me.
All right. So
Same
watch-
position. All right, just grab the knees.
So pull the knees in. His butt's down at shoulder height.
Keep the butt
All
down.
right. So Violet is just helping us demonstrate kind of what we trying to avoid.
Keep your butt down like this. Keep your butt
Keep
up.
going.
Butt up.
Keep moving. Keep
Grab the
moving.
knees. One little bit at a time. Know your butt's
Think
too high.
about the pull.
Butt's too high.
Pull the knees towards your chest. Yes.
There we go. Like
Pull,
that.
pull,
Now move
pull.
your knee.
It's like a
That's
horizontal running.
That's it.
Run, run, run. A lot of abdominal bracing.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Now
Go
we're back to
your
our
room
squats.
next, please. Thank you. Nicely done.
Okay, back to the room. Bye, Minnie Mouse. All right, so going into our squats again.
3 seconds.
Whenever you hear that,
Let's do it.
whenever you hear those drums or that knocking, it's 10 seconds left until the round. And you really want to be feeling mostly fatigued, like, oh, I can just barely make it, right? You shouldn't have still a ton of energy left by the time you hear that knocking.
All right. Drive that knee up.
Even though we're not jumping in this one, it's still kind of an explosive move where you pull the knee up with quickness. And then same with the mountain climbers. We're pulling the knees in with a lot of force and purpose. And even though it's a low impact.
All right. Ready? And we're
Let's
going.
go.
Right, so it's a nice perfect plank and the knees are moving. So you don't want to move your butt up to make room for your legs, right? So we're right down here.
Good. Imagine as you're running and doing the mountain climber, you're balancing a cup of coffee on your butt and you don't want it to spill.
Hot coffee.
Yeah, if you lift your butt too much, the whole coffee's gonna spill in your head. Keep moving. You move, I watch. Go, go, go. Get out the knocking. Get yourself to the limits. Limits of fatigue. Okay. We are doing lots of squats and lunges. Grab your 1 minute break. But we are a little limited to what we can do with body weight exercises. If we have equipment, we would use it, but the thing is we can't guarantee that everyone else will have equipment, so that's why we don't.
Ready?
And we always have our body anywhere we go. So what does that mean? No excuses. You can't be like, I forgot my dumbbells. I forgot my weights. I can't do anything. All you need is the floor, a mat. Generally, there's a ground and floor everywhere we go, right? You could work out on the grass outside too if you wanted. All right, you have about 40 seconds. Did I lose too much time with that? Oh no, I just did the last round. I'm tired. Okay. All right, so we have
30 seconds.
a reverse lunge. 3, 2, 1. Let's get the other knee up. Reverse lunge. 3, 2, 1. All right?
Right, so the knee that goes back, you drive that knee forward first.
And then we got burpees. When we do burpees, I'm going to challenge you to do 2 push-ups before you jump back up.
What's boot camp without burpees?
That's right.
All right, 5 seconds to start, folks.
So it's a reverse lunge and 3 runs. Lunge, 3, 2, 1. Use those arms. If you want to run 5 times, you can. It just has to be an odd number so that you can do a different leg each time. I don't know why I'm always turning this. Like I got to show every angle. I only got to show one profile and one front. You do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's still on the switch. So 3s or 5s. High knees, get those knees. Up to your belly button. Whew, that's it. All right, burpees. Burpees don't have to be a jump. You can walk it out. I challenge you to do 2 push-ups, knees or toes. And then if you want to step it back in or jump back in, that's your choice, okay? So that's your burpee.
Ready?
Ready.
Remember, when you're doing the push-up version, you can leave it out, or you can do the version that you're comfortable with, right? If that means going to your knees, go to your knees. That's fine.
Push-ups are hard. So are burpees. Brace your abs before you jump back. I don't do push-ups on my own. You know who makes me do push-ups? You know who inspires me to do push-ups?
You guys.
Exactly.
I knew it.
Well, not you. All right, so we couldn't do push-ups without each other. That's why we're in this together. Oh, I always say finish it, even if the bell rings, but I didn't finish it. All right, back to the reverse lunge, 3 knees. Oh, so I feel my heart beating out of my chest. My breath is a little labored. You can do 3 marches, 1, 2, 3. So that's an option. It really helps to pump those arms. Keep going. We have 20 seconds. If you want to start on your burpees early, feel free. We have about 10 seconds to go. And then we have our longer break.
Ready?
Ready.
Nice.
Remember, those push-ups are optional. You can always do push-ups on your knees.
Is it Lauren? Good pace. That's going.
I like to jump my feet wide. Because it doesn't have to, I don't have to jump this far.
Good work, guys.
Hey.
Come on, Jessica, you got this. There we go. Finish strong, guys. Good work. Last 5 seconds. One more.
All right, we'll try one more. All right.
All right. So, now that we're all warmed up, we're going to do what's called a transverse squat, right? So what you want to do is you're going to show your left side versus right side. As you come up, you're going to hop and switch stance, right? When you do, you're going to come down into a squat and reach, right? So you don't want to end up tipping forward. So if you're reaching, it's happening like this, right? So it's a slight tip forward as you come in. So if you pick a spot on the floor you're going to touch, it's going to be that same spot every time. So you reach down and touch. As you come up, jump, turn, touch, right? Every time. It's like your surfboard, right? Then for the second exercise, we're going to go to the floor. We'll do scissors for abs, right? So it's just this movement.
About 30 seconds left for rest. option to do with your knees bent too. I'm gonna show the low and back option.
Oh, sure.
Okay. So the low and back option for this turning squat is a turn, together, and a turn. Okay?
So as you bring your knees together, you go into a squat. As you go in the other way.
Yeah, so your feet are centered here, but your feet turned out. Go, do the jumps.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm kind of turning to the corners, more to the corners.
So
than
nice
the
soft landing when you land on your knees, right? So you don't want to end up with stiff knees because that's going to rebound and hurt the knee a lot, right? So it's nice, soft knee, right?
Also, if you're doing the jump turns, you don't have to touch down if you don't want to.
No, you can just, it does help with bracing, actually. Actually, I find this to be more challenging. Getting all the way down.
If you're short, you're already at the ground. Whoa, look! It's so easy to touch the floor. Okay, abs.
All right.
So support the neck by having your hands behind the head.
Yeah, but don't apply pressure to the back of your head.
All right.
5
30
seconds. Right,
You can do this.
alternating.
Bent knee. Show the bent knee. There you go. So the longer the lever, the harder it is for the abs. Maintain that imprint. Lower back to the ground.
You can go bent to straight,
Lots of options here.
or you can just keep them straight.
So basically the head, neck, and shoulders are lifted to engage the abs, and then we're scissoring the legs to also work the abs and the hip flexors. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. You have 8 seconds left. Go, 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 go. All right, back to the squat jumps. So again, I'm doing the non-jumping version, and James is doing the jumping.
3 seconds. Ready? All right, nice soft landing. Nice soft landing. Nice soft landing.
Touchdown if you want.
Then you go all the way down. All right, you just reach for your toe as a target. Good.
20 seconds to
Keep
go.
going with me, guys.
Keep the chest up.
Good.
I'm also touching the front side
Good.
as
Bring
well.
the feet in. Out. Out.
Nice, nice.
Ready? Remember your options, right? You go bent knee, bent to straight knee. Right, all works. Or all the way straight. You can point your toe or the heel, up to you. If your lower back bothers you, you can kind of put your hand on your butt, and from there, you can go. It's not going to be as effective on your abs,
Whoa.
but if your back hurts.
Ariel looks like he's swimming.
Well, he's a former swimmer, so.
I know. That's why I said that. Good job, guys. Way to work those abs. And you can always do any abs in place of the abs that we're doing.
Yeah.
All right, get off.
It's
my turn.
I was enjoying the rest.
All right. So, jack, in, out.
Ready?
Or you can do a cross jack. Crisscross, out, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
Switch the cross, 3,
Get involved.
2, 1. Crisscross, 3, 2, 1. If you want to skip the cross jack, the jack, it's 3, 2, 1, push off. 3, 2, 1, push off.
So, hip hop dancing that way.
Yeah, so basically you still want a little pause. There's tension or load because you're pulsing nice and low for a triple, so muscles staying loaded. And again, if you want to pulse more, like I want to do 8 pulses, and then do the jack, and then do 8 more. That's fine. You're really gonna burn out your legs there. Okay, 20 seconds left. This is pairing with, I can't remember. Oh, I know. The T push-up. The T push-up is to the side, we come down, we go down to our elbows, come onto our wrist again, and do it to the other side.
Ready? T plank, right?
Oh my God, we're supposed to go.
Go.
Chris, 3, 2, 1. Crisscross makes me want to jump.
Exactly.
Crisscross makes me want to squat, 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 and go.
More than half this group have no idea who crisscross is.
Everyone?
No one knows who crisscross.
But I just sang their song because they sing so well.
Maxine might know who crisscross is. She's more our age.
It's because they're iconic. Pop, pop. Right on the beat. Okay. So when you do the side plank, you can have the knee down, knee, down, up. Here. Don't forget the push-up. I just forgot the push-up. Here's the push-up. Down, up.
Ready?
T, push-up, down, up.
When you're going down and up, alternate which hand goes down and which hand goes up. And don't slam your elbow down onto the floor. Perfect.
Oh, geez.
Nice going, Lee Chen.
Who made up this exercise? It's hard.
Good work. This one's tough, guys.
Also, there's kind of a lot of parts, so feel free to take it a little slower. Oops, I forgot the push-up. See? Ugh.
All right, this is harder on you than it is on us because we're taking breaks to let each other go. So pace yourselves.
Back to our crisscross. I don't know what that was. Something sticky on the mat.
Ready?
Pulse 3, 2, 1. In, out, out, out. Squat. I land in the squat. And then I pretty much do 2 more pulses. But it's really not about the numbers. Like, you just want to feel the load. So if you want to do more, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want to do more pulses, stay in the squat longer and do less jacks, you can do that. It's usually not about the exact number. It's about the fatigue you feel in the challenge. We like to give sort of variety when we do exercises, and squats and lunges. So, sometimes the numbers are arbitrary. Just to see if you know how to count. I'm the worst counter, which is why I can say that. All right, 2 push-up. Feel free to make it a tricep push-up. Lots of options here.
Let's
So
get
if
it,
you're doing
guys.
tricep push-ups, the hands are closer, right under the shoulders, instead of wide like for chest push-ups. So this is challenging because you go into the plank and you do push-ups, but it kind of paces out the push-ups, which is the hard part, and it works your triceps a little bit more. But just different targets.
Keep going for it, guys.
Ugh. Was that it? Did you do everything twice? Yeah.
Yeah.
We start with lower body, into upper body. Okay.
Um,
Sometimes I just can't count.
all right. So we're gonna do a little squat. In the squat, we're gonna hop, stay low. Once you get to this position, you're gonna go up. You're gonna go to the side. When you get here, you're gonna do a little hop. You're gonna go back. When you get there, you're gonna do a little hop. Hopefully you don't have a fancy ceiling fan like I do, or you can whack it, chandelier. You're gonna do a little hop, right? So you're gonna stay in the squat position, right? So it's 4 corners.
Nice. Forming a square on the floor.
So kind of going in a nice little square, angle to angle. And then the second exercise is a bird dog push-up. So push up on your knee or whichever. This is the knee portion. Push up, put the feet down. You're gonna raise hand and opposite foot.
Or just raise a leg, or just raise an arm.
Or just raise the leg, or just raise the arm.
If you're gonna raise two limbs, it's gonna be opposites.
Yeah, so if you're really amazing, you lift both your hands off at the same time.
You gotta go.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Stay nice and low.
You know this is my favorite thing to do, right? I can't not do this.
We're off the
We're never on. You don't have much space in your place, you can do jumps in place.
Yeah, you can just jump in
Or you can
place.
make a tiny little square where you go forward and back only or side to side only. The square part is not the most important part.
Alright, so remember, perfect planks. Try not to shift your weight too much as you do that reach. Doesn't have to be a big reach, it's just lifting the hand a couple inches off the mat. Alright, so it's push up, you just do this. Alright, well, you could really get into it.
If you do lift arm and leg, know that it's not very high, and it
Right.
doesn't have to be for a long time. We're not holding it. It's a quick
Right, just
on, off. Off, on.
Right, just kind of kick your foot back. Right, so it's not this long pause.
Yeah, it's not spinal balance. Breathe, breathe, breathe. I know, we've done a lot of push-ups. Nice. Good, good. All right, you remember the direction you went in the square? Go in the opposite direction.
Oh yeah.
If you don't remember, it doesn't matter.
We're gonna do this anyway. Ready?
Ready? Oh, I forgot to do the second jump. Oh, no.
Don't be proud of yourself.
Okay. Now I caught up to you. Try to keep those knees bent. We're really not ever straightening our legs. When we do, it's like midair. Oh, I forgot to show the low impact option. Oh, don't jump.
Right, you could just kind of
Low impact.
walk, stand, stay nice and low, stand,
You can jump off it like this.
right?
Oh, geez, that was actually really tired. Why'd you stop? Sorry, forgot the low impact option.
This is definitely a tough one. All right, folks. This is our last round of push-ups, right?
I don't know. What am I doing?
Do it. And reach. And reach.
Oh, this is our last round.
Of push-ups? All
No, this is all
together?
together.
Oh, this is the last round before we do 5-minute abs, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do some abs, and
Yes.
then we're gonna stretch.
Damn wrist. That's it. As many as you can get that. Good form, good technique.
All right. Take about 30 seconds. We're not gonna give a whole minute. Well, it's however long it takes to switch this clock over. And then we're gonna do 5 minutes of abs. Oops. I don't know how to use my iPad. How do you find your alarm on the,
It's your clock.
No, I like to use the timer. I don't know how to set it over there. Okay, let's get this. Show on the road, 5 minutes of abs nonstop. But the good news is that I'm not doing the same kind of abs the whole time. We have a lot of different abs, obliques, planks, rectus abdominis, including our spine and a little bit of our glutes, our core muscles, anything that attaches to spine and pelvis. So hopefully we can keep it moving without fatiguing too much of any one part. Okay, here we go. 5 minutes. All right, this is going to take us right to 6:45, and then we're going to stretch for about 2 minutes. All right, in 3, 2, everyone on the ground? 1. Good. All right, so we're on our butts. We're going to lean back and come forward. Back. Oh, I forgot James likes to do this with me. Got to share the mat. So notice that when you lean back, your spine is curved. You should feel your abs work more as you go about halfway back. Arms stay forward. Now, I know you love yourself, right? That's why you're in boot camp. It's all about keeping your body healthy. So we're going to give ourselves a hug and then reach forward. Hug. Yes, and you'll notice when you hug yourself that you give your abs even more work. Right? You have the option to not hug yourself if you want to keep the abs.
Try not to round up your back when you try to keep it as straight as you can.
Well, you want to curve a little bit. It's really hard. He's making it too hard. Okay, we're going to lean back. Hands down. Tap it out. Okay, I'm going to stop tapping the floor. I'm going to start actually kicking it out. So direction change. So here's the first option. So you do want to keep your abs tight. So there's going to be a curve in the lower back. Try not to drop your chest too much though. So curve your spine just enough to get the ab work. If you want a little more challenge, take your hands off the ground, reach it forward.
No way.
Yeah, we're still going. And guess what we're going to do with the arms? We're going to punch it. So at the same time that my leg is straightening, right? It's the same arm, same leg. Punch, 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 punch.
That's up.
All right. We're at minute 3, which means already 2 minutes have passed. We're going to go ahead and roll on down. Crunch here. Feel free to keep your feet on the ground. Hands behind the head for that neck support. And then we're going to lift. This is my front leg, which happens to be right. Either bent knee or straight leg. Or if you want, you can alternate. Bent, straight. Bent, straight. You want a little more challenge? Straight and straight. Constant straight. Find the opposite arm. So my front leg, my back arm. Either reach to the outside of the knee, if the knee is bent, or reach it up, up. That's about 20 seconds. Let's try the other side. So first, so the upper body, the shoulder blades are constantly coming off the ground. You can either keep knee bent or leg straight. Any combination. And then we're going to add the opposite arm. So again, reaching to the outside of the knee, towards the toe. All right, about 3 more seconds of this. I'm not really counting, I'm just going by time. All right, butt up. So we are still working our abs, but more as a stabilizer. Glutes are doing work here. So your feet should be about hip distance apart. We have about a minute left, guys. You're doing great. Add that kick. So as I'm pushing through one heel, my other leg is shooting up to the ceiling, which helps with the lift and also creates a little more challenge because only one leg is working. Your abs have to work harder to lift the leg because it's connected to the hip flexor, right? Alternating legs. All right, 30 seconds left. Just enough time to turn around into that plank. And we did a lot of planks today, so I'm not going to be in it for too long. Elbows or wrists, your choice. About 10 seconds. Then I want you to calm down onto your stomach, and we finish with a flutter. So getting right into that spine, which is the muscle opposing our abs. So in order to have strong core, it has to include the abdominals. It has to include the spine muscles. Flutter, flutter, flutter. All the limbs are a couple inches off the ground. Where'd that timer at?
It should have gone off.
Yeah. Why didn't it go off? Okay, it's done. It didn't ring, but we did it. We did 5 minutes. All right, well done. Give me a stretch here. Bring one knee forward. Here's that nice hip flexor stretch. So you're propping yourself up on the other thigh and really just letting gravity take hold of your hips, sinking down. This is where you want to feel it. Now we're going to shift back. You're going to feel in the hamstring of the front leg. Get that chest as low as you like. But feel that stretch. If you want, you can really pull those toes up and get into the calves a little bit more. All right, let's switch. So we can hit two muscles at once here. We get the hip flexor and the quads. I know some people like to pull this knee back in a low lunge position to do the quads even more, but to me that puts a lot of pressure on the kneecaps. It doesn't feel good for me, so I don't do it. But if you want to do that, you can. And then just sit those hips back, turn those toes up, or the hamstring stretch. And my voice sounds funny because I'm like talking to this fan. All right, stand on up. Chest stretch for all the push-ups we did. Reach those arms back. If you want a deeper chest stretch, you can hold your own hand behind. So we hope you have had a challenging workout. I like boot camp because there's a wide variety of strength-based exercises, and you can take it at your own pace. So, however many push-ups you feel like doing or squats, you know how to challenge yourself in the best way possible. And if you know kind of roughly how many push-ups you do in like 40, 45 seconds, you can always challenge yourself by doing a little bit more next time. Good, side bend, stretch those obliques. And it doesn't have to be like class to class. It could be sometimes within the same class. So the first 40 seconds, you count and you're like, oh, I did about, 15 push-ups. And then the second round, if you do 15 push-ups again, that's really good because usually you're more tired and you do less. All right, nice big arm circles. Feel free to stretch anything else you feel is needed. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm really happy that James could join us today. And you probably haven't had dinner yet because if you did have dinner right before this, it's
Terrible idea.
probably didn't feel great. But to each their own. Thank you guys for coming.